Christy Conway with Charleston Home and Design magazine, and we're here today at Smythe Park on Daniel Island with Mathias from MVP Granite and Flooring and homeowner Karen Keating. So we just want to talk a little bit about their involvement in this home. So Nick, tell me a little bit about what exactly you did for Karen.
Well, we did actually all their floor coverings. We did in all their granite countertops, inside and out.
Okay.
We did some patio tile for them as well. We went through step by step with Karen through the design process as she was picking stuff up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You know,
okay.
Quick and easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been through the house and I can see that your details are throughout. I mean, you've got not only the kitchen, backsplash, and countertops, but flooring throughout. You've done, it seems like, a touch in every single room. What would you say is your favorite room?
The master bathroom.
Okay.
The master bathroom is great because we put a lot of detail into it. Using two different tiles, we used the white Thassos marble, also with a 6x6 Negro Marquina. We call them dots, and we put them on a diagonal, you know, just running down the middle of the bathroom. And we also tied in the white Thassos with white subway tile in the shower, and we did a Listello, decorative Listello around the shower, trimmed out in Negro Marquina and Negro Marquina 6x6s.
Yeah, to me it seems so complicated. You had two sinks, and then you had a side sink as well. You had the flooring, so your attention to detail is apparent in that room. What would you say is your favorite room?
I would say the master. That was my design. I was, for some reason, I just had this idea of black and white, and they were very helpful in helping me achieve the look that I wanted. So that's probably my favorite. But I'd also say the kitchen and the backsplash and the contrasting granite.
I love this. What is this? It seems so unique.
This is Persian Pearl.
Okay.
That we bought from AGM. And also with the absolute black on the other side. We bought that from AGM as well. And what really sets it off is the DuPont edge that we put on it, the profile. It takes a lot of time on a stone like this. It takes about at least 2 to 3 days to actually just get the edge right, because this little edge right here on the top is a challenge. It's a constant challenge. Now with absolute black, it was actually quite easy because absolute black is so strong and so durable.
Okay, all right. So you do a bunch of different edges. That's what you do, not the stone company.
No,
right?
that's what I do.
And did you pick the edge, or?
Yes, it was actually very funny because I had no idea that there was so many different edges to choose from. And I went through this whole, I mean, you can imagine building this house, there was a million things I had to pick out.
Right.
And I went through the whole thing of picking out all the tiles and the granite and everything, and then Nick said, okay, now I need you to pick out the edges. I'm like, another decision I have to make, but it's actually very cool that you're able to pick out the edges that you want. I mean, there's like, I don't know the names of any of them, but you can have a rounded, a square, and then, you know, there's the beveled kind of, the two.
Yeah, but OG,
levels.
OG, I mean, there's, I think, almost about 26 different edges that people can do.
Well, that's great. So I understand that you were very much involved in all of the decisions. Is that right? I mean, did you help pick out the stone exactly, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I was able to go to the warehouse and pick out the exact slab that I wanted.
Right.
As soon as I picked out what I wanted, it was marked as sold, and so much as if there was two of the same granite, but I liked the coloring of one better than another, I was able to pick out the exact one that I wanted.
Okay. And were you involved as well, directly?
Yes, Karen and I, you know, through my part of the whole process of building the house, where Karen and I were in touch with each other all the time, especially when it came to, you know, final selections. Final selections is, you know, because you get ideas, and there's maybe 4 different possibilities that she might have wanted for the kitchen or bathrooms or whatever. But then when we narrowed it down to the final selection, you know, Karen and I got really involved in making sure what is going where and how she would like it.
Yeah, and you had tons of decisions to make because you did what? The guest bath up in the upstairs. You did the 2 kids' rooms, the kitchen, the 2 wet bars, or the butler and the other wet bar. Am I missing one? I mean, I feel like you.
The master.
Yeah.
The media room. There was lots of different decisions, and like I said, the media room, I mean, the master bathroom and the kitchen were my two main priorities, because I know
that's where you are the most.
Right, that's where you are the most. And, you know, for resale, I mean, we're not planning on selling anytime soon, but resale values, you know, the kitchen and the bathrooms, they always say, is what sells. So I wanted to make sure those were very, you know, standing out. When it came to the kids, I wanted them to be nice, but we kind of decided, all right, once I pick one, we'll maybe kind of do both.
When durability is probably an issue too. Yeah.
But they made it so that I could still do granite in the kids' bathrooms instead of going to a lesser quality product, because you know, you can use other materials that maybe was a piece that was not used from something else, and so it's a little bit less expensive, so I could still use granite. But yeah, the choices were it was a little bit overwhelming at first. But you kind of all of a sudden just get an idea in your head of what you want, and you find it.
Well, you know what I think is interesting is, if I were going to build a house, I would think there was someone to do just the countertops. But it seems, I mean, you've done floors and backsplashes, and I hear you've also done fireplaces, and so that surprises me. I mean, that diversification is.
What's great about doing custom home projects? Karen just touched on it. You know, for choosing a kitchen, you want to have, you know, your slab that you want to have, and what Karen did, she has a contrast, which I love. It's one of my favorite things. An island. This is your focus point, and then you have another color over there. This is where everybody comes and gathers. So I love how she set this up. But the great thing is about, you know, MVPs, I have remnants. So like she said, she got to choose a piece that I've had, let's say, just cut off of another job that I can't really do much for unless it's a bath and vanity. You know, we offer that at a lesser price, which actually makes the homeowner happy, and we get to get rid of some inventory. So it's a real great thing. And then the fireplaces, we like to do a lot in, you know, our more custom homes, has been because a lot of people are requesting it. And they're like, you know, we just don't want typical, you know, just wood mantle with maybe black slate around, which you see a lot of, which is, you know, it's not a bad thing, but people like to change things up. And so in Karen and Greg's place, in their house, we got to do that. So
yeah, definitely.
Well, with the open kitchen family room, we wanted to kind of tie the
and your butler's pantry, it all matches.
Right. I mean, with having that counter in there, we use the same granite to go around the fireplace, so it's all kind of tied in together.
So how was it working with MVP?
It was great. I never had any issues. I mean, if I had any problem with it, I don't even think I had any problems with anything. I mean, a lot of things happen when you're building a house.
Right.
But I don't really ever recall there being anything bad. I mean, I didn't have any issues. They were always very accommodating when when I needed to pick something out. They were, when are you available? We'll make sure that we're there for you. And if I was looking for something specific and they didn't have it in their warehouse, they found me a warehouse that had what I was looking for. I know that some of our work was tough because this island is really big. And I know, is it the black that's really heavy? So I was here when they were installing it, and I felt really bad because it's really heavy and carrying it in. I know that some of it was really big, and I did kind of pick out a difficult backsplash and difficult tile work in our bathroom. Thank you. But that's the thing. They were proud of it. Even though it was difficult, it's like, I'm really proud of how this turned out. And I mean, it makes me like glad to know that they were willing to work with me, even though I was a little bit difficult. I wasn't difficult. It was I picked out difficult ones. I don't want to sound like I'm the difficult.
No, you weren't difficult at all. No, but I enjoy doing projects like this. I am the general manager of MVP and do have several employees under me, but I come out to these jobs myself all the time. I mean, I laid out the tile. I personally came out and laid that out, her master bath. You know, like I spent at least 2 weeks in this house myself, coming and make sure, laying out, you know, the master bath floor, the kitchen backsplash, because we run into challenges, you know, with new construction. You got to make sure that, you know, whatever we do it's our final product. So I really care personally about what Karen and Greg were getting. You know, this is their house, and you know, it was my responsibility to make sure they got 100% of what they wanted.
Yeah, definitely. You have 9 employees working for you?
Yeah, 7. Actually,
Okay,
7 employees. And I have several subcontractors working for us as well.
But you do that personal touch in every home that you work with?
Yeah, in our custom homes, I'm out on every one of them.
Okay.
That's one of the things that I liked, because you can work with somebody and tell them what you want and explain it, and they help you pick it out and all that. But then maybe they send somebody else over to install it. And that's fine, because they always do a good job, but knowing that he was there, and if I wasn't here and he had any questions, calls me on the phone to make sure, instead of just taking a wild guess. But he was here to make sure that everything was going the way he knew it should, because he was with me when I told him what we wanted.
Well, it seems like you guys have a great working relationship. Sometimes after a project, you never speak again, but that doesn't seem the case here.
Well, my husband has used him at the Daniel Island Club a lot, because they've done a lot of construction over there. And matter of fact, you guys are going to be doing another project for them, I think, right?
Before I got here, I was just there.
Oh, okay. They're going to be building some cottages over there, and they're going to be doing some work over there. So, we definitely recommend them to other people. And like I was talking about the bathroom and the kitchen, when people come through the house for the first time and they mention, oh, I love your such and such, it's a nice compliment, but I also enjoy being able to say, I've recommended a couple people to you, from other neighborhoods, and they say, do you have a good tile person or a good granite person? And I always
You should keep a stack of his business cards.
Yeah.
And I'm a realtor, so you should give me I should give you a stack of mine, right?
That's right. That's right.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for doing the interview. Now, if someone were interested in getting a countertop or flooring or whatever from you guys, where could they go?
We're located right off Columbus Ferry Road,
Okay.
about 2 miles up from 526.
Okay.
Our address is 500 Deanna Lane. Just come in, ask for myself or Kevin or Kim or Lee, and one of us would be absolutely happy to take care of you.
All right. Do you have a website?
We are building one right now, but
good.
our Facebook is up.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
we do have MVP Granite and Flooring. So.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Have a good day.